Hey, Roy. Oh, I can't hear you. Let me make sure I don't, maybe my audio is not working. Oh, no, my mic is working.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
How
How's
are
it
you?
going? Lloyd, I have a problem with my computer, so could you share the document again?
Sure.
Actually, I have an action item to update today.
Okay. Hey, while we're waiting, I heard uh, a possible new study on Rowhammer. Have you heard anything about new things on Rowhammer?
Regarding which devices do you referring?
I don't know. I've just heard one of our security people mentioned that someone's managed to flip bits in ECC, like enough bits to create STC.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know. So I'm going to learn more this morning, but it's an early paper, and I don't even know if it's real. So I kind of
Yeah.
I kind of question it, um, in that I'm not sure if it is like they may have defeated ECC, but they may not have flipped the bits in real life. You know what I'm saying? They may have just figured out how ECC works. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I was just wondering if you'd heard anything about it. But I don't know any details at all. Yeah, one of our security guys mentioned it to me. So I better be
Mm-hmm.
quiet from up here out. But I don't know. I'm talking to Adam today, so I'll give I'll urge Adam to let you know.
So are you saying the new Warhammer mechanism was found in the paper, or it's just the reporting of the current status of the Warhammer impact?
I
What?
can't I can't
uh,
tell.
So if you are available, could you share those paper to me with us?
I'll ask, but I don't have them. So
Okay.
I've been told to have a meeting. So I was curious if you knew anything. So I really don't know anything. Was just seeing what you knew. But yeah, if I learn, I will tell Adam. Adam will have to do it, but I'll talk to him
Mm-hmm.
about it. Okay, let me share the pay screen here. All right, this is what you wanted to look at.
Yeah. This
And where do you
oh,
want me to?
this one is the version number point one, right? Oh, I actually got the version number of the document.
It's point zero. It's point one, but I thought that was the only
Um,
document.
0.95 is what is the 0.95?
Where do you see one with 0.95 or
Oh,
let's see, J.M. Lee commented on this one yesterday. This is the only one I ever access, I think.
oh,
Uh, where in the document were you interested in going? And I'll see if your changes are there.
okay. So, in the description of the DRAM level one DRAM fault mode,
The fault mode. Like, let's see. Sorry for the fast scrolling.
no problem.
I see the out
In chapter six,
chapter 6.
yeah, here. That is my work to be assigned. So I added the command long time before the October 22 last year, the right hand side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wanna update those one.
Oh, do you want me to update the document with that?
Yep, I attached my update on the chatting table.
Okay, let's see. So I'm going to,
This one, it should be removed.
the comment
Comment
or
and
the old text?
the bullet in the
Yeah.
document.
So I'm going to just replace the bullet with your new text. Is that what you want?
No, this not this one, but I added the new comment on the chat.
Oh, got it. Got it. I see dim serial number. Yeah. And where do you want me to paste that?
Yeah, for this
This whole
whole block.
section? Just
Yeah.
don't we want to leave the level 2 data and say that there can be proprietary communication between the like
Yes, actually, those one is included in my chat, so they could be
this,
replaced or with the example.
oh, you're right. You're right. Okay. Okay, I missed that. Oh, that's so funny. It saw your bullets as little
Uh-huh.
dots sometimes, and it saw them as big dots sometimes.
So yeah, that
The bullets are funny. Okay. Hey, welcome everyone. Roy and I just got here a little before everyone, so we're doing some cleanup here. Okay, is that good now?
actually there is there needs some indentation.
Oh,
The serial number fault component location is the same level, but the host ID, socket, and channel slot should be indented.
got it. Like that?
Oh, yeah, right.
It's kind of
And the history of multiple devices failure should be indented. Okay. And the intrabank fault, and then interbank, and over one more intrabank.
I'm sorry. One more. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it. Got
And
it.
proprietary information indented and example. Yes, that's okay.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, Roy.
I'm sorry, I have a problem to access those documents. So the current document version is the point one, right? We are working on the point one version.
Well, it
Point
needs to be
one.
point 1. It needs to be
Okay.
1.0, but yeah, I think we'll just update the number. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the only document I know about.
Okay.
And if I look, looks like Mita's in it.
Yeah, that's the only one that we've been using for quite a while.
Yeah. So I'll paste the link in, just so that everyone is sure they have the same link. So I pasted that in the chat.
Drew, would you maximize the window? I mean, like
Yeah,
the
I'm sorry.
I'm on a
I just pulled up a convenient browser to do that
yeah,
edit.
no worries. I'm in a very small screen, but that left section of your of the document can just be yeah, that one. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Is that better?
It is. I'm just in a on a very
Yeah,
small
well, I
laptop
didn't.
screen.
I have a big screen, and hold on a second. I'm trying to arrange my windows here. Okay, I have a huge screen, but I had a small window on a huge screen. So, uh, okay. Um, so now, I can just accept that probably, right? I'll put there. Okay, so now let's go back and see where we were. I think. Okay, we had covered all this. Um, Is Anil here? Okay, I need to talk with him offline. I don't think you generally put the host ID in error logs. You just have to know where they came from. So I'll have to talk to him. Oh, there's an echo. So whoever Zoom HM Workstreams is, maybe that's the echo. I don't know. Okay, someone had an echo. Okay, let's see. I think Jong Min and Evan have looked into this. So I think this is corrected.
Yeah, I think, did we get that information into the language there, Drew?
Let's see.
Yep, yeah, I added that in there. Okay. These
Okay.
registers are persistent until an erase command is received. So I think that one's closed.
Yes. Okay, cool. And I'll accept that change. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks to our module development team, they got right back to me.
Okay, here's where we stopped. I'm going to go ahead and accept that.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, is that Yogesh?
Yeah, so do you still hear an echo from my end? Or it's better?
No. It says Zoom HM Workstream, so I'm like, who's that?
Yeah, it could be any of us. I think it makes one of us hosts, so that's what it is.
Got it. Okay, you're the lucky host.
Yeah, I won the lottery.
Okay, well, and Yogesh, if it's okay with you, you're gonna.
No. I've been here for a while. Yeah, I've been watching. So that's good. No, great.
Okay, cool. We'll just push through the doc.
By the way, before jumping into the chapter 6, I have one suggestion for on the chapter 5.
Oh,
So
sure.
at the initial of the chapter 5, the required DDR-DIMM data logging capability, there is a three phases of data logging. The first one is a boot time, and second one is error time, and third one is the crash time. But it's a little bit awkward to understand when you say the error time. So how about to change error time into the runtime rather than the error time?
Oh, maybe we call it runtime error. Yeah, runtime. I like that.
Yeah, runtime is more positive than error time.
Well, it's clear because, yeah, because the error time could be crash time or boot time too.
Yes, right.
Good point. No, I totally agree with you. Okay. Yeah. So Roy, is that everything? Can I?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. That was really good. Okay.
Hey, Drew. Sorry, can you go back to the runtime and boot time distinction? I just want to make sure I get it right.
Yeah. Boot time,
So
runtime.
three phases: boot time, runtime, and crash time. Okay. All right. That's, I guess, fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because that kind of makes sense because, I mean, runtime is generally going to be corrected errors, right?
Ooh,
Or deferred.
yeah. I mean, right.
I'm going to go ahead and change the name in other places as well. I'll just do that. I see error time in okay.
Yeah. Please do. I'll do this one because I just ran across it. But yes, thank you. That'd be wonderful.
So when I'm trying to think back why we thought that we need the error time, because initially, I think our thinking was when we are capturing the error, and we are saying capturing the error as they happen. That's probably why we use the term error time, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, let's look.
I mean, I think it's okay to change everywhere. We could probably mention that somewhere that to see where we have that section where we made that distinction.
But this is interesting. We still want that other error time data
Mhm.
on a crash, don't we? I mean, the syndrome may not be all that useful, but the memory error location is going to be really useful.
Right.
So you're right. Maybe it is.
It is runtime error data, and I think both names are right. I think all we need to clarify is which is already there. I think when error is detected, right? So this is so we have some errors. Majority of errors we detect as they happen.
Yeah.
Some errors we only are able to capture the details at crash. System already is on the path to crash, and there's no runtime left to capture them as runtime. And then there is some leftover harvesting to be done in boot time. So that's what it is.
So I just said when any error is detected so that people don't think it's just for corrected and deferred errors like I did. But I just put the word any here, and that way it's including fatal. So, cool. Okay. Analyzers. Okay. I just said analyzers end user because I'm not assuming that just hyperscalers use the analyzer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ideally, we'd like it to be something that anyone that has an ECC system can use. Okay, so Roy was assigned to update this table. And Mita, you had a good suggestion, I think. It's just hard to look at. I'm going to make my window wider. So I'm sorry if that messed
So
up.
which two rows are those, Amita? Which two
It's
rows
the
you're
last
saying?
two columns. I mean, it's not super.
Between the
Sorry,
two
it's
rows.
the
I have to scroll down. Okay, oops, wrong table. See, this table, you have to really scroll. And
Let's look at the column headers first. When to log, how often to log, what format to log in, who can see it, what use. And I think the last column is way too wide. If it's just criticality, just make it very narrow, Drew. The last column, make it very narrow. That will save you some scrolling.
Yeah, so the last four columns like log format, visibility access, usage of log, and priority are just identical in the table. The table only has 2 rows, so it's not super critical.
So let's see what is the first row and second row. Should we have distinction? Let's go to the first column. What is the first row and what is the second row?
And actually, this is kind of messed up. We expect this to be CPER.
Yeah, we'll come to that. Let's
wait. The output? Never mind. This is the output. Never mind. Jason is good. Sorry, I'll shut up. That's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's go to the, I'm just trying to address Mita's comment here. Let's go to the first row. What is that one? Log details. What,
First column.
okay, so
Oh, we can make that
analysis,
one way narrower.
yeah. Analysis result, demand failure info. Okay, and the second one is RAS action. And Mita, your point is the analysis result and RAS action format, visibility, usage may be different, but I think they would be, you'd expect them to be somewhat similar, no?
Hmm.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be similar, but I was just saying, since they are similar in the entire table, maybe it just needs to be extracted and written in the text above, but this way is fine too. It wasn't a big.
Yeah, I think it's better to
thing.
be crisp about it rather than, I think it's because
Yeah.
the two different user sets. So,
But see, like the point is that this table, whoops, this table is the same. So why can't the
well, I think there should be some difference. So maybe we need to fix, let's see, action and suggestion, where are they coming from? They're both coming, okay, let's see, this is all DFA, right? It's all DFA output, right? So one is analysis and one is action suggestion on that analysis. So what would you expect to differ here? Yeah, actually, why do we have both of them separately?
I would say RAS actions as needed. I mean,
yeah, I think to Mita's point, maybe we don't need to, I mean, we could probably just clarify if they're exactly identical, then maybe we can say a data to output, number one, analysis results, dim failure, number two, actions. I mean, sometimes we won't have action recommendation, other times we may, but the other parameters do not vary because they'll have, well, I don't know. What do you think? The time to log would be same for actions and analysis?
yeah, it would.
They would be.
Because
Then you're not always, yeah, the runtime, but you won't always have action recommendations.
well, you just don't even know. Like as a user, I'm just going to grab the error log, send it to the analyzer, and see what it says. So I have no idea which row I'm in. I'm just going to, send error logs to the analyzer, and it should give me an analysis result every time. And it might say, well, you had a corrected error. We'll just watch the trend. It may be the answer. But if I send the next one, then it may be, well, I've seen enough errors along a word line that I'm going to suggest PPR. But we don't know ahead of time. We're just grabbing data and sending it.
Yeah, I think this is more of a documentation kind of how we document it. Second column is where the majority of distinction is. And I think for that reason, it's probably okay to just leave it as it is, even if other columns do not vary. That's my opinion.
Well, I guess what I would say is, I think these two columns are actually confusing.
Why?
I'm
I kind of
wondering if a
agree,
table
Drew.
format is not the right format to be using here.
Yeah, we got the table format just because we copied it from the input, but there is some stuff here that doesn't make much sense to have for an output.
But yeah, I mean, like
the DFA output. Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point, Evan. Yeah.
I mean, basically, we log error. Anytime we log an error, we send it to the analyzer. That's really the.
Oh, okay. Now I
mean,
understand that these two columns are not really. They are as needed. It's not.
Yeah.
you log. Yeah, when you log, you send it to the analyzer, and the analyzer tells you what you got, right?
Yeah, there's nothing desired about those two. They happen when they happen, right?
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
If you want, I'm okay with chopping those two columns out if everyone else agrees on that.
Yeah, I just don't think they make much sense. Like to Drew's point, yeah, we're not varying when we log stuff here. This
Right.
thing's getting the logs as an input.
So I think, I don't know who said it, but someone said like maybe this doesn't need to be a table. It doesn't make sense. And I kind of agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Let's talk about it. I think it's much
it just
easier to
seems to
consume
be that there should
information.
be two separate paragraphs.
It's much easier to consume information in table format. Why do you think, Charlie, this we don't need table
Well,
here?
it seems like there's only, for the data to output, there's only two, right? And all the details are in the second column. So I'm thinking of this more as a flow, data flow decision, rather than a kind of a tabular format.
Yeah, to me, these are subheadings, like a heading 2
Yeah.
with a paragraph saying, we send all the error logs to the analyzer. It gives us an analysis result.
If you write them as paragraphs, then you'll definitely have to repeat the last 4 columns in each paragraph.
No, they could, the last 4 columns could just be above or below the 2 paragraphs, right?
But I'm saying it's much easier to consume information when it's right next to the
Well,
target than,
I
go
don't. I
refer
guess
to.
the priority criticality doesn't make any sense either. They're both high.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was also just copied
You
over
can
from
get rid
input.
of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Yeah.
can just get rid of that
Yeah,
one.
the reason, one of the reasons why I'm saying it, I'm having trouble with the table format is usually tables aren't, full paragraphs in a particular cell, right? So usually tables work when the wording is very sparse. But this second column is like a paragraph, right?
Okay. Yeah, we can probably do that. Let's see. Hey, there's a comment also in the first row, last column. Anil, something about SPD. Can we get rid of that first and then maybe flatten this out?
Yeah, can we just pull all that SPD commentary into an action? It's kind of duplicated in the bottom there too.
Making them look artificially busy.
Okay. Where do I?
Just add a comment on the side. Comment from Anil, something.
I think
Yeah,
there's already a section on SPD at the bottom, and that came there as a result of this comment. So it's already there, except that itself needs to be moved out of the document as well, that section at the bottom.
Yeah, orphan content.
Well, I'm sorry.
Mita's right. There's a section at the very bottom after the references called the orphan content. It has the SPD commentary in it.
Yeah, and that section came as a kind of as an answer to this comment that we just removed. So I think it's fine just removing the comment, and then we'll deal with that orphan content separately.
Sorry, it's above the appendix, Drew. It's between the end of the doc and the appendix there.
Oh, got it. Okay. So it's already even there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So we'll get to that then. Let's yeah.
Just remove those 2 SPD comments. And then I think it makes sense now to just have the last 2 columns as two lines of requirements on top, and then have 2 subsections. That makes sense too.
Well, and I think we can describe that like I would even put a different set of bullets saying the output of the analyzer should be 2 things.
Yes.
A
Yeah.
JSON machine readable thing describing, what was in the error log and details of the analysis, and a CPAD that drives RAS actions. So I think I need to rewrite this for CPADs anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. So that will work too. Sure.
So I'll take an action item to flatten the table and try to reorganize it, if that's okay with folks. Unless someone else wants to do it. Do you want to do it, Yogesh?
Yes. If you are giving me an hour, I'll take it.
Okay, I'm not trying to duck work, but I figured,
All
I
that
can do that.
enthusiasm, Yogesh. I think you can resolve my comment. Yeah.
Functions, JSON, decoding, and CPAD as. Okay. All right. Congratulations, Yogesh.
Thank you. Today I'm just keep winning the lottery.
Okay. Let's and we'll come back to that. I'm assuming that you can do that in the next week. Is that or the next before the next meeting? Is that so? We'll just come
Yeah.
back next time.
Mhm.
Okay. So next up, output of the system fault analyzer. I think that I think Mita correctly renamed this to match all the drawings. Thank you. That was very helpful. Okay. Now, actually, this is where the CPADs come in. So CPADs may not come here, Yogesh, because in section.
Yeah. I was thinking that's not the exact API interface.
Okay, I will own my mistake. Okay, so Mita had. Yeah, I don't understand this stuff. These really don't make any sense to me. It's all event driven, you know. The event is that an error occurred. Then that we logged an error, and we just simply send that to the analyzer. We don't know any different. We just log errors and send them as we collect them. So I think these two columns don't really make any sense to me. And they're the same for all the tables, but they just don't make sense. It's just like you get an error, you analyze it. So does anyone object to me deleting the two columns?
Let's think about it a minute. Is it true that basically you're saying whatever comes out of DFA, you expect CPU vendor to act on it?
Well, to look at it.
Well, this is also the output, right, from the analyzer. Look
Right.
at it is fine, but are you
Well,
expecting?
when I say, I guess when you say act on it, there may not
Exactly,
be
the third one. Yep.
Yeah, there may not be an action, but yeah, you would look at, you would put these things out and say, and the
Yeah,
risk.
my comment was specifically about the action. So yeah.
And so I think we should delete these two columns. They just don't add anything.
No, I mean, how are we going to handle the action then?
The action occurs when you get an error log that suggests an action.
No, I think there could be a policy there too, unless you don't want any policy at that level.
This is not the output of the analyzer. This is the input.
No,
Right?
I think it's
Whenever we send an error, we'll say, "Hey, analyzer, what is this?" And actually,
no.
there's
This
something.
input. Hold on, go up. I thought it was the output of the system fault analyzer. Data to output. Output
It is,
details.
but desired time of logging. I mean, desired frequency of logging. It's like,
Agreed for the first two, but the
I think
actions is.
I think these columns, right? They've just been. So we had a table up above where they made sense, and then I think most likely all the
Someone-
same columns just got used in every other table is what I think has happened. And so in some of the tables, they don't make that much sense.
I mean, this really doesn't. So what's going to happen is we're going to get an error log.
I think we should pattern this table also, and for the actions, we can have an extra blurb about some additional policy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The policy is always a factor, right? We always, yeah. I agree with you there. So I'm just going to delete these two columns because I don't think they add anything. I'm not sure the log format. I mean, it's really output format, not log format.
Can't you just add a sentence at the end of the table and get rid of the third column?
Yeah, and the only difference is this is a CPAD right here. But yeah, I think we can do that. And like I think in general, what I was hoping to see is that the analyzer would put out JSON for the decoded thing, the decoded error logs, and any other details the system vendor wants to include, and then it puts out a CPAD for us to drive automation, whether it's repair automation or self repairs or whatever. But the JSON then is something that we can look at as humans and build dashboards on or run AI on, or call a supplier and have a discussion about the error log and say, hey, we're seeing this more often. What does it mean?
I don't see the CPAD though in the table.
Yeah,
No,
we haven't added yet. Yeah.
It's new.
So,
it's new.
Right, CPAD, and then you can give this one to me as well. So might as well do both. I think getting rid of table here is also a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. And I guess the other thing I would say here is risk classifier. We've missed a risk classifier, and that is low risk. There are going to be some memory errors where we're like, it was a soft error. It didn't even repeat. It's like nothing. Don't do anything. So can I add a like a low risk and say something like
I think that would be. I think we have repeated CE. I think that would be, just a soft error, some CE.
I'm talking about no, but I'm saying that's a risk of I'm saying it like
non-repeated CE is what you're saying, right?
I'm saying like a radiation flipped a bit. It happened once and it never showed up ever.
Yep.
And that's actually the very most common error. So that's why I'm saying I think we should have it.
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion here on changing identified fault details to identified error details? Because we're really looking at errors, right? It's going to be the analyzer that determines what errors map to what fault.
No, this is fault mode because the analyzer's inferred. So maybe it's inferred fault mode.
Okay.
See, so Charlie, the way it works is we get a whole bunch of errors, and then from those errors we infer that a particular failure mode occurred. And so this is really a failure mode, a row fault. That is a fault.
What did you change? There was a comment by Anil that kind of disappeared about single bit. What was that? He had it on identified. Should we also add single bit fault? I think that's what you're talking about, right? Oh, single bit faults. I see. It's in the fault category.
Yeah, it would be down here. And I mean, it's definitely a very common thing.
That would be the first one, actually.
Yeah.
Why we didn't think of that before, though?
Because Because the ECC on the DIM hides it from us, but we don't want it to.
That's
There's
that's
my comment.
that makes sense. You're right. Yeah.
But we don't want it to, so let's put it. I mean, like it's useful for all of us to get the single bit errors, just not to replace DIMMs for it, because we want
That's
to
yeah. Do the vendors have any opinion on that? Is it something doable, or that's too much overhead to report? Because that's why we have the ECS mechanism, which is not the most user-friendly thing today. What do you guys think? Single bit fault reporting?
It's a little bit ambiguous because every single bit error in the DDR5 system is corrected and removed in the DRAM devices inside. So when you see the single bit fault at the host side, it's normally not from the real single bit, but from the modification of the result of the modification of the interim ECC. In that sense, it's what I'm saying is that it's very difficult to report the single bit fault in the DDR5 error.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
wish that ECS logged. I wish we had error logs in ECS like a host, where I could get the last error and just read the MRs and clear them periodically to get details about like one error.
Are we considering that all DRAM that's used in these server systems is going to have the on-die ECC, or are we going to be agnostic in terms of whether on-die ECC exists or not?
Well,
I think to that, Charlie, I guess, Drew, I don't have any problem putting single bit fault here. I think we're not, like, we have seen in the field some single bit faults exist at the system level. We've seen them like mostly be transient, maybe SI related things on D5. But I think putting it here is no issue. I think there's a lot of other discussion to be done about like how do we make maybe ECS more useful, or like is there a mode that's added in the future like you just asked or something like that.
Yeah, I would like to have that discussion, but I agree it's separate.
Yeah, I think for the purposes of this doc, I think we should include it. Include single bit fault there.
Okay.
Same opinion from Samsung side also.
Yeah, and Evan, to your point, if we see single bit errors at the system level with a DRAM that has on-die ECC, the implication is that either the on-die ECC miscorrected a multi-bit error and made it look like a single bit, or, and this is I think the more common event is that you have a bit error rate in the channel between the DRAM and the CPU, and bit flips in the channel are going to appear as single bit errors at the system level on a read operation.
Yeah.
And they will even on a write operation, because if you flip that bit, the DRAM is just going to assume that flipped bit is correct data, and it will encode the ECC and preserve that flip bit and then send it back. So you'll only see it at the system level.
Right. Yeah, and I think sorry, go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, and those by their very nature are transient. And I would kind of, because I've worked on soft errors and worked on server FA stuff, I would make the point that I think bit error rate now dominates soft errors in DRAM. But that's a totally different discussion. I think to the point is, single bit faults, it's important for us to look at them. How we analyze them, what conclusions we draw, it might be a subject of debate.
Yeah. Well, and Charlie, this is where having standard logging will help.
Yes.
Because we will all supply our friendly memory vendors with the same error records.
Yeah,
And,
right.
and they'll learn
Yeah.
from they'll get billions of billions more device hours of data. But like we have at Microsoft and at Google and Amazon, they have billions and billions of device hours worth of data, which is very different than from when I was at HP, because only some HP customers were willing to phone home, from the machine
Right.
to HP's, support services. So, I think it'll be interesting to see what falls out of this, but it'll be really useful to have these classifications. And my dream is that someday we can get back together and say, how's the analyzer doing? What are we seeing? And we can write the mother of all memory papers on how things are going, because we'll have a planet's worth of data.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Hi.
Yes, please.
You have a device fault here, but does it count like for multiple device failures at the same time? Like if two chips fail on the same DIMM, is it a DIMM fault or device fault?
That may be
And you're
hard.
gonna have like two of them.
Yeah, that may be hard to know, because it's an uncorrected error. So, it could be a DIMM fault or a device fault. We don't know. It's and that's why when we're done reviewing Neil's comment, I'd like to change this to inferred fault mode, because all we're doing is we're inferring. So you can see a DIMM fault because of double chip kill or double device single device data correction, right?
Mhm.
If you can correct everything from a failed DRAM, then you can go, yeah, I've got a failure that spans all the banks in that device. So I've got a device fault. If I've got an uncorrected error that seems to affect more than one device, I'm not really going to know which device is, because the ECC can't tell me anymore unless I run some sort of memory self-test. So we may just say it's a DIMM fault, but we don't know why.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
basically, when you say the default means the history of the multiple device errors. That means that those errors are not shown at the same time with the timing difference. The errors are shown. So it could be correctable, but they but it should be inferred as a default.
Yes, that makes sense. And so I think so it sounds like you're saying, well, we might see multiple devices at different times have corrected errors. That makes sense. It seems unlikely. I mean, it doesn't happen often unless there's some sort of manufacturing defect in my experience, but it can happen.
Yeah, and a simultaneous fail of two devices at the same time, it's more likely something else went wrong, and those two devices were just collateral damage, because the probability of two devices failing at the same time pretty low. But if there's a voltage drop, then that's going to affect multiple DRAM, and that's not a DRAM problem, that's the voltage supply problem. So I think that's where building analyzers that can really figure out what's going on is going to be a real challenge.
I think
Well,
one interesting thing.
Rowhammer will result in things like that, right?
It could.
Oh yeah, okay,
Right.
yeah, that right.
And like I guess it seems that here there is going to be a two-level inference, right? The first one is going to be the ECC itself that is going to report something, and then the data analyzer is going to produce. Oh, sorry, to data analyze, like this fault analyzer is going to analyze the ECC logs and come up with a conclusion what kind of fault is there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay, now I understand.
And this is Rowhammer is something that keeps me awake at night. And so one of the things that would be of interest, if we had this framework today, it would be amazing for Rowhammer, because most Rowhammer exploits don't just start flipping bits from the first instant they run. They have to do some
Profiling. Yeah.
yeah. And so and the profiling is most likely to be designed in a way to generate corrected errors. And so if I saw a series of corrected errors in certain patterns across multiple DRAMs, I'd be, hey, I think someone's profiling, and I can send an alarm to our security team and react. And so, memory vendors, please pay attention to that. I hope that as you develop your analyzer, you would think about, can we detect profiling? And I think we possibly could, because they're probably going to want to profile across the same row address. So, because the goal would be to generate an uncorrected error or generate silent data corruption. And so if that's the case, we should be able to recognize that pattern of profile.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
So I hope that makes sense. And if any of the memory vendors want to talk to me about that more, I would love to hear your thoughts on how that's doable. And so maybe we even add that as a row hammer profiling. And I'll put a question, or I'll leave it, but I think that's something that might be possible. Or I'll just say row hammer, and we can have some sort of row hammer related classification in case y'all can detect it.
Yeah, or maybe row hammer onset, or onset of row hammer.
I think we just call it row hammer, and they can. Well, I don't know. Maybe
I think it's gonna. I mean, if you put row hammer or row hammer anything, the reader is gonna want to know more. So it's like it catches the eye right away.
Yeah.
So either add some like text to explain what we're talking about, or if that's kind of too preliminary, then
I'll just call it potential row hammering. And
agreed. Yeah.
And then I mean, if you want me to, I can add some text. But I think that I'm putting that there. I'd like to make a stake in the ground and urge the memory vendors to consider how they might recognize it in the analyzer.
Hey guys, what was that level 1? Did we plan a level 2 also?
Level 2, yeah.
Level 1 is what we can see as a non-NDA participant in the process, and then level 2 is things that you would share, like the memory supplier may share things with Intel that are proprietary, that reflect like how their DRAM is constructed, and that would not be exposed in the output of the analyzer.
Which
Very one seem like more, like some physical clarification. So and some non-sensitive one. However, like the potential low hammer in terms of the vendor point of view, this is really sensitive one. So
Well,
it's gonna be more.
You say that, Jungmin, but I would
Yeah.
I would say it's more sensitive for if I have a cloud of machines and it's possible to use row hammer to overcome security, it's a bigger deal for me than it is for even you, because our existence is at stake. So we've got to find a way to for you to let us know that there's a potential row hammer problem, and it just has to be out there, because it's in your interest. If someone is trying a row hammer attack on us, and we can get you data about it, that's urgently important. So we need this as a detector, and I realize it's sensitive and proprietary, and it may be that we see this message and we just say, huh, there's potential row hammering. We're going to send you a whole bunch of data and see what you think. But it's a really big deal to us as a cloud.
So currently we are adding this row hammer or any really pattern identification kind of thing in the system fault analyzer, is it right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right place for that kind of analysis, or really this kind of patterning can be done at a higher level, which much less of a kind of being in a critical path of other
Where else would it be done?
more naturally occurring. Where else?
Yeah.
I mean, system
Um,
issue is the just before row hammer there is system issue. So, I mean, in that case, that also
But this
falls
is the
under the same.
system analyzer, see?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think there's a problem having row hammering in this category. If you
Yeah,
can have
because
system issue in this category, then why not row hammering is what I'm trying to say.
yeah, if you're getting errors, how do you know if it's a soft error? How do you know if it's a bit cell fault? How do you know if it's a row hammer? You're just getting errors, right?
Right.
The analyzer's got to be the one that determines, so what was the cause of that error? And row hammer is a potential cause
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
until the analyzer runs and says, no, this was just a bad DRAM cell, or no, this is a row hammer situation. We're not going to know. It's going to be up to the analyzer to figure that out.
Yeah. And you know what? If you all don't find it in your analyzer, you don't find it. But you know, whoever finds it and catches it will have a leg up on anyone that doesn't catch it, because if I were to see potential row hammering situation in my data center, I would call the supplier that detected it immediately and give them all the error logs I could find that were related, and then we could puzzle it out together. But if we hide this, then we can't puzzle it out. We just get attacked and don't even know it, and then it, you know, is potentially shows up in a really bad way that reflects poorly on both of us. So, you know, the truth is the truth, and we just need to detect it early if it happens and get on top of it. So that's why I feel pretty strongly about it. And then single bit fault is there. Multi-bit fault within a row column. I think a row fault is a multi-bit fault. I don't understand the difference between multi-bit fault and a row driver. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, I don't want to overcomplicate these categories without providing a clear benefit. And there
Yeah,
are some defect modes that could result in what Anil's talking about. Like you can get defects along a row without the entire row failing. But I'm trying to think if that matters in this case.
You can have two words with like single bit each, right? Which indicates a row failure, but they come across two different words, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's what Anil was talking about.
Which to me, Drew, we would just call that a row in the output. So,
I agree. It's still a row failure, and
Yeah.
it can even become a
That's the
multi-bit
second one.
row.
Row fault. Yeah, that's a row fault.
Yeah. So I'll just say we added a single bit, multi, and single bit row failures are really the
Oh, no, they're not the same.
impact.
Like you
Yeah.
can have a double bit error in one word, right? In a 64-bit chunk. Or if you read two times, like if you read two cache lines from DRAM and each cache line has single bit flip, it can come like from the same row. So they're like distinct. Multi-bit error, when I think about multi-bit error, is
Yeah, well, I understand, but
word.
the impact to us is going to end up being the same in that it's a corrected error because we have chip kill type ECC, and um, so as far as, you know, likelihood of uncorrected error occurring from it, it's effectively the same. You need an error in another DRAM to make it fail, and the reaction to it is going to be the same in that I'm going to do a post-package repair if possible.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
So
If you want to be explicit, you can say single and multi-bit row faults in the second one, and that would cover both cases. Actually, you have multi-row. Oh, that's a multi-row fault. Yeah. So within a row, you can have single bit and multi-bit, right? That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, the corrected errors that potentially drive PPR. I mean, it's the same. That's why I mean, I understand they're different, but as far as and we would like to keep the output simple if possible. And I'm just echoing what Evan said. Okay. I'm going to mark that one as resolved, and Neil can bring it back up. He'll get that comment.
Yeah, and
okay.
I mean, we categorize those differently internally, Drew, but like a multi-bit same row and a multi-bit multi-row, like usually the output we'd put is like, these are always correctable, like a low severity, and then just tell you if it's contained on a single row or not for the PPR information. So
well, and I think the way that I would look at this is that the risk of crashing is proportional to how many cache lines are affected when there's a single DRAM failure, because then you're vulnerable. Like if you were to tell me that, you know, I have some weird failure mode where, like a DQ failure, where I've got a failure on every bank, then the odds of a radiation strike on one of the other DRAMs or some other software on another DRAM causing a crash go way up. And that,
hey guys,
it's the
sorry, I need to switch calls, and only option I'm seeing here is end call. There's no leave call for me, so my apologies in advance if I leave. And
yeah, we're out of time. I got to go to my next meeting too.
Yep.
Okay. See you all next time.
We'll
Thank you.
pick up here next time, Drew. Thanks.
Great.
Hey,
Thanks.
it was a great discussion today.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.